You study to become a doctor? Is that true?
Well, I did 2 years of pre-med, so it wasn't. I was never a surgeon. I was never a doctor. But I decided when I was 10, for whatever reason, I had a teacher who, at the end of the year, predicted what he thought each student would be, and he kind of said an open heart surgeon. And I ignored it for a little while, and then I actually was like, I love that stuff. I used to watch the Operation Channel all the time. Like I'd sit through dinner and watch, people getting things cut out and put in, and it's just something that was always very intriguing to me. And the biology behind it, the finesse of being so delicate and healing people was always something that I was really interested in. And then I kind of realized that after I did 2 years of university, I didn't want to spend 14 years in school becoming this doctor. I hoped to have kids and a family, and it just, at that point in my life, just wasn't really something I wanted 100% anymore.
So you chose MMA instead?
Well, but it kind of went that way. I didn't say, I'm not going to be a doctor, I'm going to be an MMA fighter. I just kind of took a break from school, and in that break I started working more at my gym, Zuma, that my coach owns, and from there, I started doing competitions, and then a couple years later I ended up fighting professionally.
Nice. Now I'm guessing if you like that kind of stuff, like you said you studied for 2 years, right?
Yeah.
You have no problem with blood or anything like that now?
No. Even like my coach
That's
Adam,
the only connection with MMA, like you see blood in the cage?
Yeah, and I mean, you see injuries occasionally, and you kind of see, you don't really want to see people's arms getting dislocated or, their legs breaking, that kind of thing. But it happens, and It doesn't really freak me out. It's kind of like, it's wouldn't want it to happen to me, but hope they're all right.
Now, today at the press conference, Ronda said that if she get a hold of your arm, she will break it, and if she will choke you to death. Now, and I saw you were laughing. What was your reaction?
I think it's kind of twofold, because Ronda is serious when she comes to her submissions. If she's putting something on, if you're not tapping, if the ref isn't stepping in, she's going to go for it. And that's what you should be doing. It's a sport, so you give them the small opportunity, but at the same time, if I got Ronda in an armbar, I'm not going to wait and hold it to be like, oh, do you think she's going to tap? Oh, maybe she will. Maybe I'll just be nice about it. You're putting it on because you want to win, and this means you're winning.
Gotcha. Now, we've seen what she has done in the past with Miesha Tate and other opponents. If you would end up in that situation, would you tap?
I mean, I think it's a ref's job to step in. At the point that Miesha was at, she wasn't getting out of it. The ref should have stepped in, because a fighter is there to fight, and I'd like to say that we'd like to fight to the death. Fighters are tough, and I don't want to give up. Ronda doesn't want to give up, and that's why you need to have a good ref, a good commission who's there to step in if need be. But I'm also an athlete, and I know that there's a point where you can try and escape, and there's a point where you're not getting out. Yeah. And you should be able to differentiate those two and tap if you need to.
Yeah, but the question is, if you get to the point that you won't escape, would you tap and fight another day, or
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So, how's your jiu-jitsu, by the way? Brown belt? Black belt?
Yeah, I'm a brown belt in jiu-jitsu.
Brown belt?
In Brazil, yeah.
Nice. Now, what do you think, or how do you see the fight in your head? Like, if you envision the fight, and I'm guessing you've done that several times.
I'm not a very visual person myself, so I haven't really done that. But, I definitely like to see this fight. Ronda is explosive, especially in that first round, and she's won all of her fights in that first round. And, I'm a little bit more of a grinder in a certain sense. I like to strike. I like to kind of wear people down and win a fight, and I want to get a knockout if possible. And at the end of the day, I want to show up, I want to fight hard, and I want that Strikeforce title.
Gotcha. Now, who have you brought into your camp for mimicking somebody like Ronda's, especially judo and her strength?
I mean, it's hard to mimic someone because everyone's going to have a different style, and Ronda's going to evolve as a fighter. I'm going to evolve as a fighter. I'm lucky enough to have a great coach, Adam Zuzek, to work with. I was lucky enough to go down as well at the very beginning of my camp and work with Greg Jackson, Mike Winklejohn, Julie Kedzie, the rest of the Jackson team. And then we have some great judo players that actually are in Victoria. We have some high-level black belts, and I'm lucky enough to get to train with them. As well as for grappling, I brought in Sheila Bird, who's a really well-known ground
Yeah, that was it from us, Studio MMA and MMA Knit with Sarah Kaufman. Good luck to you on Saturday.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Programmet presenteras av betsafe.com.